And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Totally preventable shootings we've been watching this week. 16-year-old Ralph Yarl is still recovering tonight. Andrew Lester shot him twice. The teen mistakenly stopped by Lester's home in Kansas City, Missouri to pick up his siblings. Wrong house. Another case of a person stopping by the wrong address. A woman in upstate New York was killed for making that mistake as well over the weekend. 20-year-old Kaylin Gillis was looking for a friend's house with 3 other people Saturday. Police say Kevin Monahan, the man you're looking here, came out onto his porch and opened fire, hitting and killing Gillis. The 65-year-old has since been arrested for second-degree murder. Authorities say there was no reason for him to feel threatened, as with the other case. And finally, in Houston, just recently, 19-year-old Chance Willis was shot when he knocked on the wrong door here in Houston. The man who pulled the trigger was arrested and charged. Willis is still alive. Joining me now for this discussion, pastor and journalist Dr. Ruth Allen Olison and HTX Tactical Gun Shop owner George Abrego. So Dr. Ruth, when you see case after case after case, and this is just what we're focusing on, there are others out there, your thoughts on what is going on? Now, people are not being threatened. People are just knocking at their door, the wrong door.
I think that hate and violence have kissed each other, and now they're producing the offspring of sin and death, because this makes no sense at all. These people are being shot for absolutely no reason. And sometimes I believe that people who have guns, and George can talk about it, they feel empowered to do things, and they're doing the wrong things. And yes, we have a Second Amendment, but we have a social contract in our country that says everybody can't do everything, and everybody isn't responsible enough to have a gun. And so we have got to pull this in, to draw this in. I mean, you have a car that will go 120 miles an hour, but there's a law against going that fast. Right. You don't do that. And so not that we need to shut down the Second Amendment, but we certainly need responsibility, and we have to look at who is able to have these guns. And so we either need to do that or let everybody have guns, okay? Just let everybody, and then we can stop some of this stuff.
And just recently I saw a video that we don't have here because we don't have the rights to play it, but an old guy came out of his house upset with the utility workers in his neighborhood, and he shot all the tires of all of their vehicles. And you hear them videotaping saying this guy is just going crazy because he was upset. And when rage gets involved, when emotions get involved, it's just incredible. George, your thoughts on this? Obviously, this is not an issue of take away people's guns or gun rights, but what's going on from your perspective when you see so many people just not even asking a question, not even investigating at that front door, just pulling that trigger?
Right. So it's a horrible situation all the way around, all 3 of these situations. You know, unfortunately, you do have some people that may be a little trigger happy. Now, everything I've read it's every story I've read, every headline, it's pretty simple. The guy went up, the young man went up and knocked on the door, and he got shot at. You know, is there more to it? I don't know.
Teenager, not a young man, teenager.
He was 16 years old.
Yeah.
So he went up and simply knocked on the door and got shot at. Is there more to it? I don't know. I would hope there's more to it. I hope he didn't just simply knock on the door and get shot at. But, you know, you got to be careful, too. We don't know. Myself, I know there's certain parts of town where I just don't go knocking on people's doors, you know. Even the...
But should it be, but should, George, it be a death sentence or an execution if you knock on the wrong door?
It definitely should not be. Not at all. But
that's an America I don't want to live in.
Well, there's some parts of town in certain cities where you don't just go knocking around on people's doors. The young lady that was in New York, I believe, the 20-year-old young lady, she drove up on the, I guess it was in the countryside, she drove up the wrong driveway, unfortunately. You don't know what's going on in that house. It could be a crack house, could be a stash house, you don't know what's going on. And some people out there just have no regard for human life. And they don't care, they're just
So
just see it
every
as a threat.
delivery man is in jeopardy now.
Well,
Every reporter who knocks on the door for a comment is in trouble now.
we're in a different world. And I think it's time for each person in our country, I mean every person, to repent, to see what part are you playing in the problem, whether it's racism, ageism, hate, violence. You feel like you're better than someone else. You're not. Your skin doesn't make you better, and it doesn't make you worse. And we are harvesting isms that have been planted in this country, and we have to get a crop failure. I think that's what's going on here.
And George, really quickly, we have 20 seconds. What would be your last point about this issue? What can we do better to get a handle on this?
So unfortunately, we have to fight back gun education. And you know, I know the 20-year-old young lady in the car, she could have been carrying a firearm to protect herself and shoot back. Fight fire with fire.
All right, sure.
Well,
I don't know if I buy that one, George. I don't know if I buy that one.
I'm shooting back all day.
You'll be shooting, but we have a world of people shooting.
we got them shooting anyway,
Avon,
though.
Jehovah's Witness, still ahead here.